Good afternoon, everyone. It is once again Ted the Speed Learner, and today I'm going to teach you how to use an app on your smartphone called the Simple Editor, which you can download for free on the Google Play Store. Okay, if you got an Android phone, you can download it from the Google Play Store. You can have this all for yourself. Alright, now, Simple Editor is just like a lot of other text editors that you find on the Google Play Store or even the Apple Store if you have an Apple product, you know, one of those iPhone things, okay? They operate pretty much the same. They're really simplistic, whatever. You will need one, and I'll explain why you will need one in just a second. But before I do, I wanted to let everybody know that I have written 5 Kindle books. They're on the air right now. If you want to read any of them, leave me a comment down below, and I will send you links to those Kindle books. But let's go on here. Alright, so the first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to access the Simple Editor. And like I said, there are lots of apps just like this. They're really easy to use, okay? And what they have, as you'll see, I'm pointing to it right now, on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see some lines, okay? And if it's not on the left, it'll be on the right. There'll be some lines, okay? What you do is you tap those lines, and you'll usually see a drop-down menu, okay? Now, some of this I'm going to show you illustrations of. Some of it I'm not, mainly because it's redundant and unnecessary, okay? Now, the first one says new, and this is where you would set up a new document. Okay, I'm not even going to show you that. You can work that out for yourself. That's you just give it a name and poof, there it is. Okay. Now, one of the things you're going to ask me is, well, if I've got a computer like what you've got, why would I need this on my phone? Well, here's the secret. The secret is all of those HTML lessons that I presented. Believe it or not, you can write that code right there on your phone, store it on your phone, and for the most part, display it on your phone. That's right, you can do that. Yeah, it'll display right there on the web browser. Now, not everything will work, okay, and the reason I say that is because there's this Exist database program. You can't store that on your phone. There's no phone app for Exist. Okay, I'm not even sure there's a phone app for databases, but I will research that topic and I'll find out. But in the meantime, everything else works. You can actually display SVG on your phone. Did you know that? Might not be able to do the animations, but everything else should work. Okay? So, let's go back to the main menu. I've got the arrow pointing to new. Alright, and that's where you would create a new document. Alright, and the next one says open. Well, that opens a folder on your phone. Okay? And you can find documents that you've already created, open them up, and there you go. Now, the open a new window basically says this. Alright, you already got a document displaying on your screen, so you want another document to display. You hit the open a new window, pick the document you want, and it'll display on a different screen. You can swipe left or right to see one document or the other. Nice, huh? Now, the save. Okay, let's say you've already got a document saved in your computer. You added some text to it. You can just press save, and it saves it. Simple as that. But what about save as? That gets to be a little more tricky because not only do you have to tell it the document name, okay, and I'm going to show you that here on the screen. You don't have to tell it the document name you want to save it as, but on top of that, you have to tell it what file extension you want to use. Okay, if you want to use plain TXT, that's fine. It'll be a plain text document. If you want it to be HTML, you would type in HTML or just HTM, depending on what you want to do. HTM and HTML is the same thing. Literally. Alright? So you can save it that way. You could actually save it as a rich text format, which would be RTF. If you do that, it'll work in Microsoft Word, but it might not work in some other programs. It depends. The next one on the list says close file. In other words, you're just going to close that particular file. You'll still have the Simple Editor on the screen, but the file will be gone, It won't disappear completely. It just means you won't have it displayed on your screen anymore. Okay? The document's always going to be there unless you delete it. But if you don't want to see it on your screen, you just hit the close file and it'll close it for you. Now, you can hit the search, and it will search all the folders on your smartphone to try to find a document you're looking for. As for replacement, I would say that it's probably, if you had a bunch of text and you highlighted all of it and deleted it off, you could replace it with some other text that maybe you could swipe to the right or swipe to the left, find another document, copy the text from it, and just place that on your document. I don't know. Undo. This is a good handy feature. What you do is you press the undo, and whatever you deleted off of your text will be brought back. Nice, huh? So if you deleted a bunch of text, you say, whoops, I didn't want to delete that text. You can press that, it'll come back. Now, what about font? Well, you can choose various fonts. I don't know how many you can choose with this thing. Some programs will have a lot of fonts. Some programs won't. It'll depend. Now, what if you wanted to send your document to your friends? You could email that to them. You could actually post it on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you wanted to post it. There you go. Settings. Don't know too much about the settings. You'll kind of have to check that out for yourself. Printing. Hit the print, and as long as your smartphone is in sync with your printer, it'll print. There is a guide on here on how to use this program. You can actually rate the app. You can actually send feedback to the people who created this app. And if you want to completely close the application, you hit close application, and there you go. And there you have it, folks. And that's how you run this particular app. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I will tell you more in a future video, so I'd like for you to stay tuned.